Go in Spain, in action against Valere Tomà. Tomà comes to the ring first. Here's the weigh-in though. And there is Manuel Ossi. He's in great shape, this fella. So Valere Tomà, he comes from, where does he come from? I can't even pronounce it. Well, he's a Frenchman anyway, and not a single name on the record, by the way, that you could possibly conjure with, I'm afraid. I apologise for that, which means he might be in for a pretty rough time here against Ossi. He was previously referred to as Lee Manuel Osio on Eurosport, but apparently his real name is Ossi, so that's what we're going to call him now. And he's the reigning transcontinental champion, made 2 defences so far of that belt. So here he comes then, Valere Tomà. Been stopped 4 times in his 15 lost record, 10 wins and 3 draws. He scored only 2 knockouts, so not a banger. Probably not the strongest chin on this planet either. He's probably been in better shape as well. And he's up against Lee Manuel Ossi, who looks in tremendous nick. And he is a construction worker, works for a company called Manfur. And a tribute to them and all of the construction workers out there. Not the village people, as you might think. He's wearing the helmet. So there is Ossi. Originally, of course, from Portugal. In fact, my apologies, from Monrovia in Liberia, the Liberian capital of Monrovia. What did I say Portugal for? 17 wins, 1 defeat, and 10 knockouts. The 1 loss was against Janos Dubai in 5 rounds in Spain. Don't know the circumstances behind that, I'm afraid. But had some good wins, particularly against the French hot pot at the moment, Jean-Marc Mormec. He appointed Mormec. Beat Marcus Bott, of course, the former WBO champion, in 9 rounds in this ring on Eurosport. And his last win was a 10-rounder over Willy Krijnen from the Netherlands. And the only good thing I can say about Valere Tomà is he's a big fan of Elvis, and anyone who's a fan of Elvis is all right with me, I tell you that much. He's lost his last 4, by the way, 2 of them by knockout. And Lee Manuel Ossi. So 8 3-minute rounds then ahead of us. And this should be, whilst it lasts anyway, fairly interesting. They call Ossi, I should say, the look, by the way, for some strange reason. Here we go then. First round, and he also was voted the best foreign fighter licensed in Spain, although he's now a naturalised Spaniard. Member, of course, of the MGC camp. And I suppose the question you've got to ask here is, can Tomà stay out of the way long enough? It's 8 threes, it's a long way to go. I, beyond believe or not, don't believe he can. And I suppose it lasts as long as Ossi wants it to. A very solid man, isn't he? 30 years of age now. So he needs to make a move pretty soon. Tomà is 24, but already had a pretty extensive career, 28 fights under his belt. Takes a right then from Ossi. Oh well, that one just missing the target and slapping on the shoulder. Well, looks like Ozzy's looking for an early win here. Of course, that 9-round win over Marcus Bott will be the highlight of his career. Bott really came into this ring full of confidence, not imagining he'd lose for a second, but Ozzy was just too strong for him, too determined. Oh, take that right over the top, and he's hurt. He's in trouble. So, Valere Thomas then in big trouble there from a right. He almost went over, but my goodness me, didn't he recover well? Well, so the mandatory 8 count then against Thomas. Not much left in the opener. And I think that right hand caught him just about the eye area, the left eye, and it's got a slight swelling coming up. So 10-8 round then already for this Spaniard. So the end of a good round then for Lee Manuel. And doesn't he know it? So 10-8 then. Water or anything. So Paco then, the trainer there, just trying to, well, trying to do nothing really, just reassure OC. And, well, what can you say about this man? He, you know, powers of recovery, I suppose, took an almighty right, and that's the shot, in fact. Took an almighty punch, didn't go over, but you could have forgiven him if he had done. Looks a bit facial like Sven Ocker, doesn't he, the reigning IBF super middleweight champion. And there you are again, he was headed downwards, wasn't he? And suddenly recovered. So here we go then for the second of the scheduled 8-round chief supporting contest. Just saw a bit of controversy, of course, in the main event with Alexander Jakob getting beaten by an 8-fight novice. Or shall I make that a 9-fight novice? But a strong one. Only 2 knockout wins, by the way, to the credit of Thomas, so the chances of him hurting OC look pretty slim. Nice uppercut. Oh, again, the right then from Ozzy. Referee for this one, by the way, the mute Jean-Louis Leglong. Didn't say anything at all, if you remember. Right. Oh, he's got him there with a right. Well, he might just be saying that's enough, son, in a minute. Valere Thomas hits the deck again from a right, and once again shows tremendous powers of recovery. How on earth has he done this? If he goes over again, I think he might just stay there. Or at least the referee will have every right to pull him out. Don't want to see this lad get hurt, do we? Well, OC, I don't think has taken a decent shot yet. And I expect that Ozzy's wondering what on earth is keeping Thomas on his feet. Oh, take that. Lovely right uppercut. And again, well, good shots there again from Ozzy. Once again, a 10-8 round for him. And it's going to come a point soon when it's not going to be worth Thomas continuing. And of course, my criteria for stopping a fight is when your chance is patently gone. You should not be subjected to punishment over a long course. There's just absolutely no point. And I'm no sadist. Of course, at the moment, the cornermen's showing exceptional bravery. Here we go again, that's that knockdown. Just missed the payoff punch, I think. Got it that time, though, from the other angle. So round 3 then, and let's just see if Ozzy can land the telling punches this time and make this man stay down. The kind of guy, though, who doesn't whack but has got a good chin, and he'll have to nail him to the floor to keep him there. Got a feeling that if he does hit the floor once more, this one could all be over. Oh, good right then. Goodness, well, Valere Thomas then getting a bit of payback, or giving a bit of payback. Lands a right. Ozzy, I think, was as shocked as the rest of us. Let's not forget that Thomas has actually won 10 fights. Oh, and again, oh, he's got him, he got his feet, he's got him! I can't believe it! Ozzy has been whacked from a right there, and he's in major trouble. He's above me here, and he's swaying. Manuel Ozzy is in big trouble. He's almost nailed to the canvas there. Goodness me, what on earth is going on? He just had an upset in the main event, and Ozzy takes another shot. And again. Well, can he find a clean one, this man, this French fella? And Valere Thomas is trying to bash Ozzy around this ring now, and I'll tell you something, he could have him here. He could have him here. Only scored 2 knockout wins, remember, and Ozzy's in big trouble. I can't believe this. The crowd are really getting behind Thomas. Once again, Ozzy takes a shot. Goodness me, what is going on here? This is absolutely mental, this boxing game. Sometimes it's the craziest sport there is. And as we're seeing tonight, it doesn't often happen, you know. Well, looks like Ozzy's over that. I think he's been knocked out of his stupor. Still not absolutely right. The feet not doing as they should. Unbelievable. Oh, this could end up a 10-8 round now for Thomas. Oh, okay, I tell you what, is Ozzy going to get through it? That's the question to ask now. And does Thomas realise that he's on the verge of a major upset here? Forgive the laugh in my voice, it's just, you know, I just can't believe it. I suppose things were going so well for Ozzy, the last thing he expected was to be nailed with a right hand and almost chinned. Unbelievable. He's still not right, though. Well, he's got through the round, but he's lost it. And his feet just aren't right going back to that corner. Goodness. 10-8 the other way around this time. 28-26 then after 3 rounds. What's going on? Well, can they revive this man in 1 minute? That's the question. Here we go, bing. That's the shot that did it. Look at that. He's gone all over the place. Over he went. He got up, he was very, very shaky. And this was the follow-up from Thomas. And he didn't stand back and pick one single shot, unfortunately for him, but, well, Ozzy got back into things. Here we go then for round 4. And this is looking much more interesting now, isn't it? As I say, I think Ozzy thought he was on a walk in the park here tonight. And this crowd really did get behind Thomas. I suppose when you got a girl's name, you've got to be able to fight, really. Valere, it's, I suppose he's grown up fighting. Of course, it's a very common name in France for a fella. So 3 knockdowns in 3 rounds. 2 for Ozzy in rounds 1 and 2. And 1, surprisingly, for Thomas. Oh, take that. Big boomy right there from Ozzy again. This time, Thomas stayed on his feet. And sometimes, you know, you get a certain fighter that confounds the odds. And Ozzy's, oh, takes it off. Look at that, lovely right there from Manuel. Just about to say, there's a look of concern on Ozzy's face. Doesn't seem to matter what he does. This guy's always there. I was chatting to Bernard Roos, a member of the promotional team tonight before this, and he said, you know, we do expect Thomas to give Ozzy a good fight. In fact, he could last the full route. And that might be true, you know. It's a big night, of course, for the Frenchman. Both men now pretty wary of each other's power. Ozzy doesn't want to make a mistake again and walk into one. Goodness, that was the shock, well, almost as big a shock as Alexander Yakov getting beaten by Mbaye. Takes the right again, Ozzy. Well, a couple of shots then from Thomas, but overall good round there for Manuel. Yep, here he is. Yep, I think that's a good round for him. I've got him in front now, 38-35 after 4 to go though. And we've seen, you know, that this game can sometimes, and it's rare, I know, but sometimes it can throw up some very strange occurrences. So there is then Valere Thomas. He's not gone for yet, only 24 years of age. So, round 5. This is the halfway point, of course. And, well, already, Ozzy 3 rounds up. So, that said, this means Thomas needs all 4 of these remaining rounds to win the fight. Or he might go looking for that knockout that almost came in round 3. Oh, takes a lovely shot again. How on earth does he take these punches? Real tough guy, isn't he, Thomas? So Lee Manuel then, at the moment, getting all things his own way here in the 5th round, but you know, he was having that before. Takes a right again. Oh. Well, Ozzy there took a right this time. It didn't bother him quite so much. Oh, lands another one. Still a bit of fight left in this one, isn't there? And so often, of course, when you turn up at shows like this, think, yeah, that's going to be a good fight, that'll be a good fight. Oh, I'm not too sure about this one or that one. But, you know, you do get completely confounded sometimes. And this is really much more interesting than it should have been. Good right again from Ozzy. And of course, Thomas is fighting this fight now, possibly feeling he does have a chance of winning. Bad round for him, though, this one. Oh, look at that again. Big right hand, left hook. Big shots there. Good. How's he taking these punches? Whew. Just remind you that Lee Manuel Ozzy's stoppage record is 10 in 17 wins, only one defeat. The reigning transcontinental champion with 2 defences of the title. So watch this again. And that's that big right hand left hook combination from Ozzy right on the bell. Round 6 then, 3 to go. Oh, a right from Ozzy to start this round. And Thomas is such a stubborn opponent. He just doesn't know when he's beaten, does he? Oh, and goodness me. How on earth is Thomas still on his feet? I have got no idea. These punches are ripping through him. And he's in danger here of breaking Ozzy's heart. Steady pounding from these heavy fists of Ozzy. And still Thomas marches forward. Big round this again for Ozzy. So last few seconds then of round 6. Big session this. And there you are, the Spaniard wins that big time. Well, it's all too late now for Valere Thomas. This man, Manuel Ozzy, is 5 points in front with only 2 rounds to go. That's only my opinion, I know. We know, but that's how I'm seeing this. Bang, that's that big right again. And as I said at the time, you know, what on earth is keeping Thomas on his feet? What a game effort. Round 7, and barring accidents, this looks like a good night's work for Ozzy, although he got off the floor in that astonishing 3rd round. Barring accidents, he's not going to lose this one now. But, you know, I'd like to see Thomas out of there by now, to be honest with you. It's almost one-way traffic now. See what I mean? Almost one-way traffic. And let's not forget that Thomas lost his last 4, 2 of them by stoppage. But as I said before at the beginning, he's a big fan of Elvis, so that's all right with me. Mama. Well, Ozzy not taking any risks now. He's just floating around this ring, picking off Thomas as he goes. Whoops, a daisy. Are we going to get a repeat of the 3rd round, I wonder? Oh, nice body shots there. Oh, a right again from Ozzy. And there's not a speck of blood on the face of Thomas, nor has there been. Good left hook there from him, but the fella's come to save anything else. Good round again for Ozzy, but a good finish there. 6 points now the gap, 68-62. And you don't have to be a rocket scientist to work out who's won what rounds. Well, there's a bit of hooting here. There's a group of people leaving the arena, and there's 4 women amongst the group, and for some strange reason they're getting whistled at. So here we go then for the 8th and final round. Well, as I said once before, barring accidents, it looks like a win here for Ozzy, but he's had to work exceptionally hard at times just to subdue this effort from Thomas. Oh, takes a right again. And you know, you almost hope he won't go over and stay there in this round. He's gone through so much. You want to see him finish the fight. And I imagine that Ozzy's promoters will be looking to aim him as something a bit more meaningful than the transcontinental title, possibly get him, since he's become a naturalised Spaniard, a shot at the European crown. Oh, good right again. And of course, with Ozzy being 30 now, there's not a great deal of time to lose. But it's all about connections, I suppose. Oh, take that again. Ozzy took a right there, though. Oh, and again, look at that. Beautiful shots from Ozzy. The reigning European champion, of course, is Clinton Woods from Sheffield. He's, in fact, the British, European and Commonwealth champion. Just won all 3 against Crawford Ashley. Himself a former European champion. So, well, maybe they'll be aiming Ozzy at him. I know Clinton's going to defend his title in France quite soon. Well, good finish this now by Manuel Ozzy. Oh, and, well, we're not going to get a shot after all. Looks like a pretty emphatic victory for Ozzy, but, you know, your heart goes out, doesn't it, to Valere Thomas, who took an awful lot of stick and stayed there very, very manfully. 78-71 on my card. Well, the crowd, I think, applauding Thomas' bravery as much as they're applauding Ozzy's win. Big Celta Vigo fans as well. Bit of replay here from that last flurry from both these lads. And once again, you've got to ask the question, what on earth kept Thomas on his feet after punches like that? Well, all very sporting afterwards, of course. Once again, a unique experience shared by these two men. Well, I just wonder how the judges have got that. As I say, I've got it 78-71. The only round I gave against Ozzy was when he went over in the third. And that was a 10-8 round, of course, a two-pointer. Here we go then. Referee calling them up for their official verdict. Very sporting. So here we go then. No shocks, I wouldn't have thought, in store here. Right. Well, they're going 78-72. Yeah, same as me. So there you are, then unanimous points winners, 78-72 twice and 78-71 from one of the judges. So, well, no doubt about the winner, but my goodness me, as I say, take your hat off to a brave loser. So big hand then from this crowd for these two men. Very, very good effort by Thomas, but just not quite enough. Excellent. Well done, lads. And, you know, for still to come then, Paulo Gaya against Deva. Raymond Deva against Adrian Paulo Gaya. 6 threes in the super featherweight division. That's next.